Well, students, welcome to Module 5, the session 1 of this part 1. It mainly consists of two parts here. We'll see one by one. So here you can see the maintenance of digital switching system is the part 1 of this Module 5. It mainly dealing with the maintenance of one particular digital switch to whole common office, or even it also deals with how to remotely or manually we have to maintain the operation of digital switching systems or network throughout the particular geographical region. So the scope of this why we have to go for the studying of this chapter is so here mainly once you install the DSS, its maintainability also becomes a big question. It not only related to DSS, if you even though if you purchase any new thing, its maintenance is a very important part. So here we are going to focus on those aspects. So for that we have to study some of the interfaces to in order to maintain the central offices, maybe remotely or locally, just now I have mentioned. So let us see what are those interfaces. Like interfaces are required to CO maintenance, like faulty reports. Faulty reports means these are the reports which will include the data related to when a particular digital switching device or switch is repaired, on which date it is repaired, how many times it is repaired, what was the fault, how it was isolated, when it was isolated, how much time it took to recover or self-diagnose. So all those details will be coming under fault reports. Okay, software patches are nothing but the bugs what you are going to fix up when the bugs have occurred, because the DSS softwares are genuine one. So the how the bugs are fixed, how long the time it took to fix the bugs, so how many times it has occurred, and whether it has really affected the real-time operation of this DSS or not. So all such details will be there in the software patches. Along with that, the software and hardware upgrade process, when it was upgraded, how many times it was upgraded, for what purpose it was upgraded, for what reason it was upgraded, all details will be there, along with including the firmware. So whenever we are talking about interfaces, the firmware is going to play an important role, because it is the thing which is going to enable the hardwares with the our whole system. Our software and hardware interface can be done with the help of the firmware. The good example is the driver softwares, okay, which are going to play an important role in interfacing the things here. So let us see one by one. So here one good example is that the software industries are going to spend 80% of their profit, 80% of their profit in maintenance only. Just imagine how much it is important. Okay, he is strongly believing that much of the profit is used for some other purpose, but you can see 80% of the effort or profit will be used for maintaining the software itself. Okay, so from this we can conclude that from DSS point of view, as it is going to be a real-time system, then maintenance will become huge importance. Okay, so as far as the maintenance is concerned, this can be grouped into two broad categories here. So like it may be the maintenance may be supplier initiated. For example, suppose if you are going to purchase something, then suppliers will be there, some suppliers will be there. Okay, so they are going to provide you something along with the system or device. So normally it consists of software maintenance actions which are actually required to update or upgrade generic release of a digital switch. For example, suppose if you purchase some digital switch of version 2.3, suppose you purchase a digital switch from a particular supplier of version 2.3 on a particular date, okay, from the supplier. So that switch will be coming with some warranty period, along with some software it is told 2.3. But the problem with the software is that the versions are going to revise by the owner companies as they are go on including the new features in order to attract the customers or in order to be there in the market. So when initially you purchase the digital switching system with the 2.3 software, then after some months it will start updating, it will start asking updation. upgradation. Okay, so that is actually supplied by the supplier only, given by the supplier only. It also includes the applications of patches or software corrections which are required to correct faults in an existing generic release. Sometimes we get the patches or problems or some corrections in the software that you are using along with the digital switch, that can also be provided with the supplier. So these are the things which are actually provided by the supplier of the particular digital switch for the maintenance, that is software maintenance. So another one is owner, that is supplier maintenance, software maintenance by the site owners. So these includes normally diagnostics, routine diagnostics. So routinely they are running in order to take care of the proper functioning of the system. Updating of translation tables, that can be done routinely or scheduled basis, and addition of lines and trunks to a digital switch. So these are the things which are actually provided by the owners. So these are the routine maintenance actions that must be performed by the owners of digital switch to keep it operational, because DSS is a real time, so we have to keep it operational by the software maintenance by the or by us only, that is owners only. So like that, the DSS maintainability is broadly categorized into two parts. Just now we have seen, one is supplier initiated, some things which are provided by the supplier to take care of the bugs or some upgradation, and another one is provided by the owners, like diagnostics, routine diagnostics, updating the translation tables or some other data tables which are there in the level 2 control of DSS, and addition or removal of lines and trunks to a particular digital switch. So after this brief discussion about the maintenance or maintainability of DSS, so let us see what could be the interfaces of a typical DSS. Okay, so most common interfaces required for DSS central office are many blocks are coming there. In that, some of the blocks you can see the main blocks I am telling here: switching control center, and another one is ESCC, electronic switching assistance center. These two blocks are very important and forming the main basis for this interfaces to a typical DSS system, central office. Okay, so this is the first main point we are going to discuss it today in the first part of the module 5. Many times you got question on this, so that's why guys you listen this these few slides carefully. So I told these two parts, SCC and ESCC, are working in hand together for the proper functioning of the that is the maintenance of the DSS central office. Okay, we are discussing about what are the interfaces which are to be made to a particular DSS central office for its own maintenance. Okay, so what do you mean by SCC? So SCC is nothing but a group of COs is assigned to a SCC. Okay, not one CO. Remember, group of COs, common offices, group of local exchange offices are coming under the control of the switching control center as per the guidelines of Bell. Okay, but local maintenance personnel are also involved in the maintenance of COs. This means automatic and manual maintenance is done by the SCC, under which more than one COs are coming. Okay, so whereas ESCC, that is electronic switching assistance center, working in parallel with the SCC with the help of maintenance engineers which are not involved with the daily maintenance but look at the resolution of maintenance issues. They are helping in the writing new specifications, writing new upgradations, how it could be done, when it could be done. So all those things could be done by the maintenance engineers. So that's what is known as electronic switching engineers, electronic switching system assistance center. So here engineers are playing a very important role, whereas in SCC maintenance personnel are coming. So you can think now here both are working in hand together for the proper maintenance of the DSS central office or central offices. Okay, so the typical figure is looking like this. I want you to practice this diagram. So here you can see just now I have discussed ESCC and maintenance engineering, electronic switching assistance center and switching control center. They are working in hand together. That's how you can see a bidirectional path has been shown here. They are working in hand together. So go back to this one. Okay, so wait a minute. Yeah, we'll come back to this one. These two blocks are working in hand together here. Okay, so here ESC is nothing but actually acting like an organization here. So mainly it has the controls generic upgrades. Some generic upgrades, if it is to be done, will done by the ESC. Patching software or hardware patches is done by the ESC. Operational trouble reports. So it is something like report. If you want to do, we have to identify where actually the faults or troubles have occurred, which is actually called operational troubles. It's something like suppose if you have assigned 5 junction circuits on the Solapur road. We assigned the 5 junction circuits on the Solapur road. It is something like out of 5, even though 2 will not work, our operation will not be affected. Like that they have designed, and they will be designing it. Okay, let us assume more than 2 are not operating now. Then our per day working is now hampered. Now it is going slowly. So in that case, we have to send either manually the maintenance personnel to the Solapur route to see where the which particular third junction circuit is not operating, and what could be the problem, and what is the extent or degree of that trouble, and how long it will take to be maintained. So all those things are coming under this operational trouble reports, along with the resolved in which time when the trouble has occurred and how long it took time to resolve it. So later we are going to study in detail about this OTRs and interfaces with the suppliers regional technical assistance centers, RTAC, that is a regional technical assistance centers. So ESAC has, you can see the bidirectional connection with the RTAC regional technical assistance center and also with technical assistance center locally. So in order to have the continuous guidelines or support from these technical assistance centers. Okay, so you can see here, if you look at the things, the responsibilities are more with ESCC. That's why it is acting like an organization, and that's why you can see here it is more engineer supported along with the maintenance personnel in the SCC. So here you can see in local center office maintenance, and here you can see engineering support is there, billing support, security, special translation support, which is looking after the updation of the translation tables, trunk and line assignment, whether the particular trunks or lines are assigned to the particular route or not. Coin bureau, mainly dealing with the coin type of devices. In nowadays we are not using. Few years back we are putting the coin and dialing the number and talking for the 1 minute, something like that. That has been taken care by this one. Customer bureau, directly dealing with the customers problems, and traffic department. Now we'll see one by one each. You can see. So engineering support. So this department mainly supported by the engineers who are going to write the specifications for the new digital switch, or engineers addition to the existing CO. So these two aspects are coming under the engineering support. So the department writes specifications for the new digital switch. Okay, so this new digital switch will come into picture only when new technology came into picture, which is more competing than the existing digital switches which already we are using. In that case only they will go for the new digital switch. And also the engineering support deals with the recruitment, or any new additional engineers are required in the existing CO or not. That has been taken care by this engineering support. It also deals with the interfaces with the suppliers engineering department, CO plant department. CO plant department is the plant department of the particular local exchange office, which is taking care of the on the ground level what are the hardware or software maintenance is taking part going on. And traffic department, which is going to take care of the day-to-day traffic, whether it is increasing or decreasing, or whether CO is able to manage the traffic or not, or traffic is going beyond the CO's capability or not. In that case, whether CO has to be upgraded or not, that has been come up with this engineering support with the aim of issuing accurate engineering specifications. That is important here for a new digital switch installation or addition. So this new installation or addition will come into picture only when the traffic capability handling of particular CO will exceed, or some maintenance problem are severe. In that case only these things will come into picture. Whereas in a billing center is responsible for the processing AMA, automatic message accounting, or billing tapes. After that it will produce the customer bills. Next comes the security issues, which provides the security service for the DSS to prevent from unauthorized access or fraudulent use of the telephone services. Okay, this is very important. For the next, the special translation support, where they provide the support in establishing unusual translation for COs. Like provide special service like large corporation with complete call routings or trunk translation, something like. So good examples for this one, large corporations means here local exchange office is completely routing the traffic of the huge organization with a separate allocation of the trunks or switches, like the PBX, private branch exchange, or intercom, which is coming under PBX. I have just we have discussed about that many times. Okay, so other one is something like walkie-talkie, like the military personnel are using, where they are freely, it is always on, it is acting like a broadcast, and anybody can talk with any person at any time. It is like a mesh topology. That is also another good example which is coming under this large corporations. Trunk and line assignment, assign lines on trucks on a particular digital switch line equipment or trunk equipment respectively, along with the maintenance of database of that line or trunk assignment. Database should be updated. So the coin bureau, just now I discussed, the separate department is going to take care of that, along with SCC, SSC, where nowadays we are not using it. We have to put the coin and talk for a particular time period. Explanation I just given there. So next comes the customer bureau. It normally works through the trunk and line assignment groups or SCCs, because to the trunks or line assignment groups, LMs and TMs, your subscribers are attached. Through that only, with the help of SCC, the e-subscribers problems will be revised or resolved. Like the problems may be telephone connection or disconnection, reconnection, or maybe some telephone problems. Traffic department, its main responsibility of this group is to model and study the telephone traffic through digital switch. This is very important. This only is going to decide the actual designing of the particular local exchange office or the common office, and by that it is also going to decide the cost of the common office, which actually the addition and removal of the trunks is involved there, based on the dynamic patterns of the traffic. So next we can see system outage and its impact on the DSS reliability. So this is, guys, another point after the interfaces to the particular DSS. Just now we discussed. So interfaces to the particular DSS is now over. Now this is the second important part. Sometimes we'll get it as a short note. System outage. So traditionally the causes of outages have been classified into 4 categories. Outage means out of date. Software deficiencies, which includes the bugs that cause memory errors or programmable loops, which can be cleared only by the major initializations, otherwise they cannot be resolved. Next comes hardware failures related with the simplex or duplex hardware failures, which is going to hamper our communication. Then ineffective recovery, problem is identified but may not be properly isolated or properly repaired in time, or isolated with some faulty units, so that is called ineffective recovery. Next comes procedural error. So that is mainly related with we have not followed the procedural steps properly while you are going to repair or doing the services or updating the things. That is going to come under the procedural error. So what is the impact of such outages? So that we have seen. What is the impact of software patches on the maintainability? So patches are a quick fix or a program modification without recompilation of the entire generic release. So I hope this will discuss in detail later. So this I want you to highlight here. Patches are the quick fix or program modification without recompilation. Remember here, whenever you modify the program, you once again have to compile it, decompilation. But here you can see without recompilation of the entire generic release. The entire software is not required to recompile if you fix the bug or edit it. That's why it is called a modular concept. Your software's coding has to be done in a modular manner. Modulars means which will not require recompilation, but with many times bug fixing or quick fix or patches or editing, they can be easily reused. That is called modular design. Modular design means simply recompilation is not required. So in the case of real-time operational systems, it is difficult to install patches, as DSS has to work continuously. You cannot tell that DSS has to halt for 1 hour and will fix up the bug. That is not possible. Okay. So in the first generation of digital switches, field patching was performed by hard wiring, that is a hardwired encoding data at absolute memory locations. Machine programming will be used. Hard rated encoding program means machine programming will be used many years back. So this created many problems in the operation of DSS. Under this concept, mistakes were made in applying the wrong data to wrong addresses. So it is done by, because writing the code at machine level means we have to write the instruction at each address. Each address is taken into account. While doing that manually, obviously we'll have to do the mistake. Wrong data we can feed to the wrong addresses, patching incompatible generic releases, applying patches that were out of sequence. Okay, so embedded patcher groups programs that operates as software maintenance programs and reside in digital switches have minimized some of these problems. So that's why the people came up with the patcher programs that are going to reside in the digital switch itself, and they will automatically, whenever such faults will occur, that are automatically operated, come into live and automatically diagnosed. Okay, we'll stop here.